So, like, any, like, are you talking about, like, a Mind Blast or something?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's classified as an attack spell. If it is not, then I think you might be able to get away with it.
That's an attack.
Actually, no, I lied. You should be fine with Mind Blast. Everybody that's doing melee attacks against it must make that test. Okay. So, I lied. You should be fine. We'll see. But as for horror, what this does is now I need Rudolph to make a willpower courage test versus a spell power of 19.
Oh, he did. He got a 12.
Oh, yeah, he failed miserably. All right, so you basically are now cowering in fear, and you cannot attack the emissary. You have, in fact, you actually can't do anything. You're just cowering in fear, so you are frozen. Each turn, when it's your turn, you can make a roll to try and break the spell. It would willpower courage.
Same DC, isn't it?
I believe, I don't know if it's the same DC or not. I think it was only that for that first one for the DC, so it'd be 16 when it comes back.
Not much better, but still. How long does that last overall, I wonder? Man.
Until he plays.
Oh, good.
I know. Well, Marius, go ahead.
Does it look like the thing's wearing any armor? Or
very little armor, if at all.
Very little.
And both of you notice the effects that it does. You see, like, the way it casts that horror spell as if it was, like, trained in magic, and it was so awe-inspiring. It actually instills, like, a chill up your spine that this creature can cast this spell so masterfully.
Yeah, I'm arcane blasting. Gotta try and kill it.
Good luck. Oh my god!
28. Is there a crit? Like a crit in...
No, there is not.
Well,
but that's a hit.
Where you can cast a spell now if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
You can cast a second spell for 4 points, yes.
Yep. Dexterity acrobatics.
I think his dex is shit.
And then you still have 2 more points.
Oh my god, it actually matched.
If I up it by 1, it doesn't.
If you increase the spell power, it doesn't match. You got him then.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to increase spell power to 20.
Okay.
And then skillful casting and mighty spell. No. Yeah, fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Skillful casting and mighty spell.
Go ahead and roll the damage then.
Oh, that's bolts, not lands. Okay, I understand now.
It's the better one.
Yeah, it's the better one.
7 for 12, 11 plus 6, so 17 damage.
17?
Yeah.
Definitely felt that one. Did not like it. Rudolph, go ahead and make a willpower courage roll. Got to get 16 or higher. God damn it. Okay, you're back in the fight next round. Whirling.
All right. Whirling's going to step away rather than try to make a courage test. And then he's going to Arcane Lance.
Go ahead.
17. That's a hit.
That's a hit.
For 9 points of damage.
All right.
Whirling makes up for being not courageous by being versatile.
The emissary floats over here. And what will...
away.
No, not running away. What other shit can it do?
If it's got a mana pool.
It's going to try and take one of you with him at least. Let's see. All right, let's do it this way. On Marius, you see it cast a spell on you. Drain life. Ooh, 4 points. He's going to cast a second spell. He's going to do a second drain life on Whirlin as well.
What's the resist?
The resist here is Constitution Stamina. 16. Gotcha. All right. So, Whirlin, I'm going to do the second spell on you real quick, just to get it out of the way for the roll. Then we'll do the damage.
Pretty sure I'm going to go down.
19.
Whirlin does not resist.
Oh, good. Okay, so both of you will be taking 1d6 plus 4.
And that's penetrating for sure, right?
Yes. So, Marius, you take 8.
I'm down.
Whirlin, you take the max for 10.
All right, I'm still up.
And he heals 18.
Damn.
So you just see this thing laugh, and I guess it just like if you can call it a laugh from the creature, as you see like some of the bruises and on it like just come up again, like they're starting to like scab over and whatnot. It seems like it's getting more vital. Marius, you said you're down?
Yep.
How many turns until you die?
What's it? Con plus something.
How many? I don't remember. 2 plus
2
con.
So 4 turns.
So 4. Okay. Rudolph. Charging in.
Let's do it. 14.
That's a hit.
15, actually. I love
Still
charging.
Oof.
And undo all the damage you just did.
Not all of it, but you did undo most of it.
+1 to the hit. Yep. Done.
The emissary shrieks after that hit. Whirlin.
Whirlin is going to back up and attempt to save Marius's life. So I'm going to go ahead and heal. That'll do it. Marius, congratulations. 8. 8 points. And that's going to cost me 5.
The emissary is going to go. Still has a decent mana pool. You see its hands come out onto Rudolph once more because apparently being afraid didn't do anything, so he's now going to attempt to afflict it with a curse. 18, that's going in. So the way this works is Rudolph needs to roll a magic entropy versus spell power.
Which is probably going to be +0.
Yeah, you did better than the willpower on it, but it still won't be enough. So, to make a very long Oh, actually, no. This spell is useless. It's not going to do anything.
Well, he successfully cast something useless.
You now have a -2 penalty to all tests against spell power. So makes a successful magic test. Blah 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 blah. Secondary targets may also make resistance tests and negate their own penalties, but their individual successes. Blah 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 blah. So basically, you are more susceptible to magic at this point. It's a -2 to any spells that are casted upon you. So just putting that up there. And the thing floats over here. Marius, I believe you are up.
Mind blast.
Okay.
Drop him down.
That's a hit.
Increasing spell power by 1.
To 20?
Yep.
I don't think he can actually save this. This is against will, right?
Strength might.
Oh, strength. Nope, he's down.
No action and prone.
Rudolph.
Just in time for charge. $19.
That's a hit. That's some damage. You just bring the maul like right onto its chest while it collapses onto the floor, and you just hear a shriek and gurgle. Some blood's coming out of its mouth, but it's still breathing. Whirling.
Whirling's going to make it stop breathing. He's going to charge. That'd be 16.
That's a hit.
9 damage. Mace
Whirling,
comes swinging down.
You bring the Morning Star down on the creature's head. It smashes into it, and when you pull back, you notice that there's new holes in its face.
Yay! Gotta love new holes. And hey, it's dead.
I almost got one of you.
Almost. Having one less mage makes it a lot less easier to kill the party.
Probably helps that there's 2 healers.
Yeah, honestly, what the emissary was going to do next turn was to heal itself with a heal spell.
Drain Life was technically more productive in that. Man, they got lots of value off that.
Oh, yeah.
Alright. Whirlin will come over here and make sure that you're okay.
You notice that the dwarf that's in the sort of the cage area over there looks like it's been mesmerized of some kind. But now you notice, like, after the emissary goes down, the eyes of the dwarf, open, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah. It's... He looks over and he says, hey, can you get me out of here?
We can certainly try. Is there a locking mechanism on this, or just throw you over the top?
I don't know. They just like... He points to like an area that's to the side here that looks like a really makeshift door.
Okay.
The door is
will
unlocked already.
Oh, wow.
Well, I mean, the emissary did open it like right before you attacked him.
Oh, well, if the door's open, just open it up and go, huh? That was easier than I thought.
Yeah, I didn't notice. He's just like crawling and apparently like squashing himself out. And he says, "Oh, thank you."
Does he seem injured?
Yes. In fact, there's like blood all over him. You notice that there, like in the cage area, there's like a couple of dead bodies. Looks like other dwarves that are killed and whatnot.
All right, Warland goes ahead and will actually try to heal up some of his injuries by 11 points.
Ugh. Oh, thank you. You one of those mages, right?
Yeah, you could say that. That
You
should
fight.
at least let
You
you
fight
move
shit like
around.
this. Do you fight shit like this in your dreams?
Warland, thinks for a little bit. I don't think I've gotten to a dream fight yet. I guess my dreams are nicer than all this.
Ugh. Ugh. What is like? I've never seen darkspawn that look like that before.
It was strange, and it could actually use magic, too. That's a scary thought.
Ugh. Ugh. Who are you anyway? What are you all doing here?
Oh, I'm Whirlin. We're working for this guy over here, Rudolph. We're
He
with
takes a look at.
Rudolph
He
Turing.
takes. He actually takes a look at Rudolph. He says, my lord, my lord. I am. My name is Zane Keltar. Keltar clan mining. Apologies to be in your presence. And he just like starts like giving him like a genuflection and whatnot. Even though you see you bandaging up his leg. It looks like it's been severely wounded. His arm is almost broken on one side, and you see just like cuts and scars all over the place. But he's giving all of that attention to Rudolph now. And Rudolph's like, yeah, let's just, he asks him what happened. Why are you all here? And he says, there was like a group of us. We were trying to find new places to look for Lyrian veins and whatnot by the orders of House Ivo there. And, they caught us and threw us in the cages, and who knows what they've been doing. It's weird. They keep trying to feed us these damn mushrooms they're growing.
Have you eaten any?
Yeah, a couple. That's the only thing they've been giving us to eat. It's kind of made my stomach nauseous, to be honest with you.
Gonna have to put you down.
What? Yeah, that's what?
Rudolph just immediately goes for it, doesn't even think. Wait, hold on. We should at least confirm it first.
I'm assuming that Rudolph just takes out his maul and craps him in the head. Is that a joke or is that serious? I need to know this for sure. Serious.
Totally
okay.
Serious.
You crush his head. He's dead.
Vernon just like, what was that?
He was tainted by the darkspawn.
He looked fine.
He ate the mushrooms, and the mushrooms we've seen have been tainted with.
We could have at least checked.
Better be safe than sorry.
Well, now I'm really sorry.
I know. Rudolph's like, he's right. Look, if they were tainted, it's better for them to die honorably like this anyway. Besides, lower born caste, it's okay. The Keltan family will survive.
You didn't have to do it to him like that, though.
You got a lot to learn about Orzammar, kid. This is actually a mercy. Normally, he would just be, left to starve.
Do you remember the goals we first faced when we got down here? That's what he'll become.
Well, that's not good either, but you could have at least given him a moment to make his peace. If that's the case.
Oh my God.
Blood everywhere. I was at the splash zone.
You want to inspect the body?
Well, we got a whole lot of bodies to expect here, so I guess we're adding his to it, huh? Here's Whirlin's rooting around roll with a 10.
Whirlin checks the bodies and whatnot. You find more of those cultivated mushrooms. Marius, on the emissary, you find something interesting.
You find a whole anvil.
No. You find what looks like a piece of wood. And the piece of wood is like curved and shaped, and you see what looks like some sort of almost like a wand, if you had to guess. Like there's markings inscribed on it, like almost like runic writing.
I guess I'll try and identify it.
Yeah, go ahead. That'd be a magic roll. This is definitely a dwarven made rod. Might be like a if you didn't know any better, this might be a golem control rod.
Oh, hey, we saw a golem.
Oddly enough, one without its control rod. You know, if I were to put 2 and 2 together... Nah, couldn't be.
Do you want to check out the rest of the areas?
Would I know if we need something more than just a control rod for the golem?
No, but Rudolph might know that. If Rudolph can please roll a cunning historical lore. Rudolph doesn't know. Well, 12. He's like, hey, like control rod like that, maybe it'll work on that golem we saw.
Yes.
I don't know anything about that. That's something we should definitely show to the boss, though, because those are valuable. And if we could find the golem it's attached to, even more valuable.
I imagine coming back with a golem would probably be a very good, probably a good sign for everyone.
It would be good, but, you know, they can still go down. And when they go down, that's a loss of a big resource. So they got to be used sparingly.
Yeah, so that should make everyone happy if it just walks right back in. Assuming it does.
Yeah, I guess so. Hey, let's, you notice, like, as you go in deeper, there looks like, again, there's like a makeshift camp here.
Yeah, there's more stuff over here, right?
Yeah, you see, again, more tents. Actually, what looks like a stone table.
Ooh, table.
And on top of the table, you know, with that 15 perception that Marius had. Oh, what's that 18 cunning for?
Oh, that was for the rod. I rolled cunning set of magic.
Oh, you would actually... Oh, well, I'll allow it.
I wrote it by mistake. I'm rolled cunning by mistake set of magic, so...
I'll allow it anyway. You already rolled it. With your perception, though, you notice, like, some baubles on the table. Looks like there's some lyrium dust. As well as a couple of potions. Yeah, but they're greenish in color. You don't know what they are. You also notice some of those mushrooms on the table.
Mm-hmm.
Almost like a weird alchemy kit, kind of like on there right now. Where it's like just like a very crude alchemist layer.
I guess it would be cunning to try to like identify the potions.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, let's see. 10. Well, they're green.
Not a clue. They don't look safe though.
Well, I'd almost bet that these probably involve using the mushrooms.
That's a good guess.
Well, we could always get another opinion.
Also on the table, you notice a sack.
What's in the bag?
Inside the bag, it looks like, again, like chunks of lyrium dust. Some semi-precious stones. Like, you can maybe do an inventory. Roll a perception. Let's see.
Oh, that was cunning, not perception, but it's all +0 anyway. 9.
You like, oh, look, lyrium stuff. If anybody else wants to take a look, go ahead.
Yeah. And I believe to clarify again, just eating raw lyrium dust here would probably be a bad idea.
Yes, that would be a bad idea. Jesus Christ, Marius!
I like lyrium.
Marius, on you look into the bag and you notice like it's not just lyrium in here. You look at something that actually looks familiar to you, something that you've seen. You put 2 and 2 together and you think back to the missives that you were given by Tobias. One of the crystals in here looks like a shape rate crystal.
Check.
Looks like a very unrefined one, maybe one that was recently mined or found. You notice like pickaxes also strewn on the floor here and things like that. So maybe these miners in here were looking for a lyrium vein. This is some of their contents. But like
Uh-oh. It's that time again. Robs are flighty and easy to scare, but they'll be back in greater number.
are we doing our drop count now?
Yup, we're up to 1 now.
All right. What was the last thing you heard me say?
Shape rate crystal.
Yeah, it looks like one of those memory crystals that you remember Tobias was looking for.
Very one of the artifacts we're trying to find.
Yes, crude and unrefined, but like this looks like it's something that was recently mined.
So, like one that hasn't really been made into a memory crystal yet, or
exactly. You actually think you might be, if you knew how to make one, you could probably make one with this crystal and delirium stuff here. That's a secret that the dwarves only know, as far as you're aware.
But that thing was apparently trying to make its own memory crystal for some reason.
You didn't have a chance to ask
it. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think he'd answer.
I mean, we could trade in a golem for a new, fresh memory crystal.
I think House Turn kind of will owe us, and honestly, getting a fresh one's probably better than trying to do other things.
Steal it from the Osmo safe rate.
Do you say this out loud with Rudolph nearby?
Of course, no.
Definitely not. We're both like conspiring over some lyrium here.
Rudolph does ask, "Hey, what'd you find?"
It seems like a memory crystal and some lyrium.
Wait, what? Really?
Well, a crystal that's not been made into a memory crystal, but has the potential to be made into a memory crystal.
He actually looks at it and he says, "Wow, look at that. That's a good find."
Yeah, it's kind of impressive, really.
We gotta take that back as well.
Yeah. I mean, I think with this alone, we'd probably prove that dwarves are better than golems.
That is true.
Oh. I mean, yeah, I could have told you that.
But yeah.
Well, I guess more it's the proof of it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we should get out of here then. It's going to take us at least two to 2.5 days to get back to Torgif and the others.
Yeah.
We should probably stop by that golem just in case it is the right control rod.
All right.
It's on the way.
I mean, we can give it a shot.
How hard could it be? Flash forward to it being very hard.
If you can't control it properly, it could crush your skull in and be unruly.
So about as dangerous as everything else down here.
Yeah. We killed an
Pretty
ogre.
much.
Maybe a little safer.
We killed an ogre. I think we can handle a golem.
Well, you say that now. But I believe we
I'm
are
fine.
traversing back.
Okay, are you actually going to stop check if the rod works with the golem?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Who's going to use it?
Marius, why don't you try?
Sure.
I'll stand a good several feet over here.
Have we fully rested before we've fully healed before we got
I
here?
will assume you had to rest at least one day somewhere in the deep roads here before you head back to that area. So I would say yes.
I'll tap the rod on the golem's head.
It does nothing.
I'll do it a few more times.
You just keep tapping it and does nothing.
Was there anything written on the rod?
Yeah, there's like dwarven runic writing there.
I'll pass it to Rudolph if he can read it.
Of course, I can read it. It says, looks like it says, Warden Dare. And the minute he says that, as he's holding the rod, you notice like the tip of the rod glows.
Oh, activation word.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I'll take the rod back and poke it.
So you're holding the rod.
Yeah.
And you notice the golem is not moving. What do you do?
Warden Dare.
Roll a communication, please.
Leadership?
Sure.
That actually kind of makes perfect sense.
As you're holding it out and tapping the golem, you notice that the creature starts quaking and shaking, and you see its arms, like for the first time, like move, as if like you hear just like cracking, as if it's like stones grinding together, and with a heavy thump, it stamps its feet, and its arms reach out towards you, Marius. The big stony hand like pets you on the head, and you see its face, like these glowing like rock eyes open and look at you.
Oh, I gave you a pad. It thinks you're cute.
And then it says something in a language you don't recognize, but Rudolph does. He says it's speaking Dwarvish.
What did he say?
He said hello. What's the orders?
Tell it to follow.
All right. Well, I can't really speak Dwarvish too well, but tell it to follow. And like Rudolph says that, and you see like the golem just start walking with you outside of the deep roads.
Yay, we did it.
Yeah, you found a pet golem.
Hey, I got my pet, and Wellen has his pets.
We're coming back with a golem. We're coming up with a proto-memory crystal. We've cleared 2 sections of the deep road, and even saved a whole bunch of warriors. I think we did great.
And we also found an area that's being tainted by a darkspawn.
That too. Probably important to like take the torches to that place.
And
I will. I'll be right back. 1 second. I apologize again.
Okay.
You are now back in Kal Haral, so I would start considering what you're going to say to Torgaf and everybody else.
Yeah.
should point out that Rudolph does want to give them everything, the every weapon items you found, as well as the pre-crystal.
Well, it would definitely help us out if we could get that crystal as some kind of reward here. So maybe we could try to negotiate with them. We did bring back a whole golem and help them clear the road. And technically, there's nothing in this right now. And if there's one of them, there's probably more, right? It's like a crystal. It doesn't just grow in pure isolation.
No, probably not.
So, and it's just unrefined. So technically, it's only valuable for what it could be.
I mean, yeah.
So that would not be an unreasonable question to ask. I guess the other thing is, I can't remember. It's been at least a week since we've been there. What did we agree that they would give us any kind of information on Anvil Breaker or
No?
No? Okay.
This was just to prove ourselves that we're allowed to go into the deep roads.
Oh, right.
To potentially find Anvil Breaker.
And then we get our hands to actually go look for it. Okay. Well, part 1 of 27 down?
Now we just have to find the right person that will tell us the information without kicking us out again.
I think, though, they did definitely say that they had an area of artifacts they've already found, and that you would be allowed to go in there having proved yourself. I.e. to go and do your research.
Yeah,
so if we go ahead and do that, at least maybe we can get a good starting point. So that, I think, so far is everything seems like it's lining up. The only hard thing is going to be actually convincing them to make the crystal for us and give it over to us for completely questionable means of purposes we don't really know because we're turning it in for money.
If we get the Anvil Breaker and the crystal, we've got 3 out of 5 artifacts already.
Yeah, we've actually accomplished a lot, haven't we? Huh. I thought this journey would take longer.
No, 3 out of 6, yeah. So halfway there.
Hello.
Hey, welcome back.
I just found out that we're going to have a family dinner tonight.
Ooh, boy, that's nice.
Yeah, they didn't tell me this ahead of time, though. Anyway, have you decided what you're going to do?
I think when we talk to the Turins and we maybe discuss that with them, I think we're going to try to convince them to do that as some kind of reward here. To give us the memory crystal in a more complete form. Or at least start talking and negotiate with them.
So you'd be talking to Torgraph.
Right, and we will be telling Torgraph what we have here in our incompleteness, because of course it's on the table here.
Oh, of course. Alright, so you eventually get back. Some of the warriors are actually surprised you made it, because they haven't heard from you in a few days.
I mean, it was going to take a week.
It took much longer than a week.
We wanted to explore.
Yeah, that's how people die. You know that, right?
But look what we found.
Guess we're not most people.
As you say, look what we found as a golem walks through. It's like, holy shit, one of those.
It only speaks Dwarven, though, which is annoying, because I don't speak Dwarven.
It's not actually complete.
I mean, golems that speak at all are actually rare.
I mean, well, it only follows commands in Dwarven.
Makes things a little more complicated, but, I mean, if anyone knows Dwarven, well...
Must be an old golem, then. One of the original.
Original, mint condition, never removed from box.
I mean, it's seen some wear and tear. You notice like a lot of the stones are pretty beat up.
And to think it was just sitting there this whole time.
That's not unusual, according to some of the dwarves. Finding a golem in the deep roads is pretty normal. Finding the control rod to the golem, however, is very hard.
Right.
Anyway, you get to Torgraf. And he's like, well, hey, you returned. Rudolph, you look good. I see a new scar on your face. Must have been a good fight.
Several even.
And oh, really? Well, give me your full report. Tell me everything that happened.
I'm going to explain the 41 kills that we did.
So you kept track?
Yep.
Whirlin like starts rambling, and then Marius just interjects and like says, "Actually, there were 18 of them." And
really? Well, that's impressive. Although I got to admit that amount is small.
We killed an ogre and an emissary.
And?
I
Marius
think you
is
forget who you're talking to, Marius. They're warriors. This is their whole job.
All right. Look, for mercenaries and with your magical powers, it's pretty impressive. Most dwarves, however, well, they're used to fighting those things down there, I guess. So I guess it's like almost become run of the mill. Be that as it may, though, you've done a good job and you cleared out the tunnels. Ronus Dace is definitely going to put in a good word for us here. And the items you found will be very helpful, and I'm sure House Dace would love to see them.
Right. There's one I think that's sort of particular note. The crystal here.
Yeah, I saw that. Looks like it's a perfect candidate crystal to make for a Shaper's memories.
Right.
It's hard enough, right about size, and not even touched by lyrium, which is interesting.
I guess for some full disclosure, we are interested in maybe seeing that to completion. We have a bit of a contract. There's someone that's interested in having one of these, and well, of all things, we've managed to stumble across it.
You're
interested? And given that this isn't, say, actively in use by anyone yet or anything, now would probably be the time to make a request.
But your contract's with us, not with
This is a separate contract. We have it. Yeah.
At this point, we kind of have a bit too many, don't we?
How many contracts do you actually have?
Just you and one other.
I mean, I'd count that one as like 6 different ones, but...
What are you...
I guess there's also a couple other ones we've made with other people. That'd be like an extra, like,
oh,
3,
yeah.
4.
We got maybe 4 at the most.
Wait a second. You're telling me that you're mercenaries who have multiple contracts. Don't you think that's a bad business idea?
I think it's the first business idea I ever had, so I think, yeah, it's probably pretty bad.
Not really, because none of the contracts interact with each other. So there's no real crossover.
Torgif just like smacks his face for a second. He says, you do realize... Okay, this doesn't leave this room, but if you're working for other people, we cannot continue our contract. It has to be exclusive.
Oh, this was only going to be a temporary contract. Sorry, I don't think you understood.
No, I don't think you understood. You're supposed to be commissioned to stay here for 6 months.
What?
You didn't read that part, did you, Marius? It was right there.
No, I thought this was just like a month or something.
they had the full end of contract clause there and everything, right? Right before you
we have
signed.
we have to be in Orlais in like less than 2 months.
That's not my problem.
Well, I mean, technically, we don't have to be there. We just understand what breaking that contract means.
That means that we can't return to the surface. Otherwise, we're going to be hunted.
Well, nothing says we can't.
Look, here's the contract. And he actually pulls out the thing you signed when you came in. And he says, here's the deal. You said you were commissioned here to join the group as mercenaries. So here's the standard mercenary contract, 6-month employment, whatever the amount is. You get a stipend each month, so you're all going to get paid, plus any other gear you find, minus items of interest. Your golem, item of interest.
Mm-hmm.
These mushrooms you found, items of interest, especially if what you said about them being poisonous and with taints, that's a big deal.
But the ones that I put in my bag, I'm keeping them for myself. I haven't put them on the table.
Okay.
All right, yeah, you keep a couple of them for yourself. Fun.
Yeah.
Darkspawn, Panic, just keep that in your pocket.
As for the crystal, that I would argue is an item of interest, especially for the dwarves here.
Mm-hmm. It is.
But you're saying you need one for a different contract.
That's right. And it would be absolutely impossible to complete without, honestly, someone's help. We're not dwarves, we're not shape rates. There's no possible way we could ever acquire one without some terrifyingly illegitimate means I don't even want to consider.
I mean...
can somebody please, as you have the contract in front of you, can you please do a communication bargaining
8
roll?
I'm just like, well, it's in the text, so we can't defy it in any possible way.
By the way, if Mosca's around, now's a good time.
I don't think Mosca is going for it, is he?
I'm just saying. Just throwing it out there.
Cool.
And you read the contract, and it's like, yeah, it looks like it's concrete.
Does it say anything about having to stay in the deep roads for the contract?
Well, it has to stay within the area here as you will be employed. Obviously, and you would be commissioned to go into the deep roads every so often, however the patrols are, whatever other mercenary work they need you to do. So chances are you're probably going to be doing multiple excursions in the deep roads.
Well, honestly, like if I gotta say on this, I don't mind continuing to fill our contract. The other ones that we care about don't technically have a time limit. And I think the only reason anyone would want to even go anywhere would be that tournament.
One contract does have a time requirement.
Yeah, but I don't care about that one.
I care about it because we have to go up to Ferelden to leave Ferelden.
Oh, God.
Well, there's one critical thing I think you're forgetting, Marius, and that's that there's an entire underground network of tunnels that go literally anywhere else.
That are covered in darkspawn.
And we handled it pretty okay.
Let me be clear, you've handled what looked like a scouting group. Maybe they were the ones looking or trying to hold off those areas for the mushrooms. I don't know.
Well, I mean, we still did it. It's not impossible to find another way up. If that's what you're really concerned with, Marius. But that's sort of 5 months down the line. We'll worry about that later, I think. I guess to complete what I was saying, I don't mind staying and completing the contract. And we do have other things I think we want to continue doing here as well. But we are interested in that item of interest.
Negotiate. You're going to have to do a communication roll on this negotiation.
11. Cannot catch a break on rolling yet. Just perfectly average and no bonuses.
Well, there is no. I guess it would be bargaining, not negotiation in this case. But
Right.
go ahead.
Well, I don't have either. Merlin's not actually a great talker.
Well, Torgraf is going to roll on this too. But who are you? You're the one that's doing it, Warlin?
Unless Marius wants to go ahead and make his own roll too.
No, this is going to
No.
be a contest.
Okay.
Marius is deep in thought at the moment.
All right. So it is Whirlin just trying.
Torgraf is not that good either.
He jokes on a bug for a second.
He's like, look, you're apparently very new at all this mercenary work. So I got to be honest with you. Usually the mercenaries don't ask for specific items that we take. So you got to give me a good reason why I should, other than, hey, we have another contract.
Right. No, I mean, that's just the external reasoning. I didn't mean that as like a good reason for you to give it over. What would be a good thing of value that we have? We already have a contract with you. Extending that out for more time is a thing, I guess.
So you want to trade the crystal you found here for more time working for us?
I mean, that's just the first thing that comes to mind. I mean, is there anything like of value or something equivalently that we could do?
Any suicide missions?
Why is that the first thing that comes to your mind?
You're going from one end, I'm going the other end.
Whirlin, roll another communication, please.
10, but with 2 points.
That does nothing.
Yeah.
Can you assist at all there, Marius, to give him like at least an extra point or two?
Communication or
Yeah, communication, and we're negotiating.
No, you can't. All right. Let's see what Torgoth has.
Swallow another bug. Do it. It's just by 1 point every time. Nobody's rolling great. It's all average. Curse you, bell curve.
This is literally a test of like 12 or higher to start racking up points in this negotiation, and none of us are like, we're all going in a fucking circle. Torgraf says, look, we don't do suicide missions. We're here to work.
all right.
Right.
What about, can we find an artifact that we could trade for the crystal?
Well, that depends. What kind of artifact are we talking about? Go ahead, roll that negotiation. Now, this time only Marius.
There you go.
Well, any that you have wind of that is important or know about. God damn.
There we go. All right, they're in the lead with 4. Torgraf says, well, I can't show you it, but we do have some reports of multiple artifacts that used to be here at Kal Sharak. And, well, we don't know where they are. They could be lost in the deep roads nearby. They could be, who knows, under some rock somewhere. Hell, they could even be here, and we don't even know it.
Well, that's perfect. We have 6 months still under contract here to do this work for you. We can find more of these, or more other things. And if we can bring those back, I think we then have a good case maybe for a exchange.
Marius, roll communication. All right, Torgaf wins this easily.
I'm gonna just try. No.
We don't talk.
We need literally anyone
Oh my
who
god.
can communicate. This is more and more a convincing case for me to put points into communication. I'll just die, but at least I'll speak to people.
Torgraph says, look, here's how it's going to work. If you can find an artifact we'll get of some value, I'll let you have this crystal. But you have to work out the entire 6 months.
All right.
Fine.
That sounds perfect.
Good lord.
Just want to test his luck. Good to know. Moscow would have been no help either. Moscow's just in the back thinking, like, what would I say? And then Whirlin says it out loud and it doesn't work. It's like, oh, that was terrible.
Nope, that doesn't work. Oh, well. Good God, guys. Nope, see,
So
it's
we
my own
gave
fault.
nothing,
Nobody
got more work, and we'll get barely one thing out of it. And we still have the other thing, which we're probably going to have to negotiate on too.
It's my own fucking fault because none of you built the talker.
Yes.
And I have all these talky scenes.
Honestly, it's more hilarious to watch us all flub and flail than get thrown into a dangerous situation.
All right, so you're going to spend 6 months with the dwarves now because you can't get out of your contract because you couldn't find a clause to leave it.
I mean, we can always get out of the contract by walking away, just that there's terrifying consequences for when we do.
Hey, we've already got one country after us. What's the second one?
Wanted everywhere in the world. I'm sure this will work out fine for us. Just 3 apostate mages.
No, it won't.
Everything's worked out for us so far.
I mean, how long before the Templar War is going to start? So that long?
We're going to be in front of some Templar council, and they're just going to look at us and shake their head. It's like, why is it when there's trouble, it's always you 3?
So 6 months are going to pass now in rapid succession here because, quite frankly, I don't have anything else to do with Deep Roads at the moment. I got to think.
Before that,
it's perfectly fair because we are trying to search for stuff. It's going to take some time, and we're also doing research at the same time, which probably is going to take some time.
Yeah.
Before the 6 months go past, can I see? Was it Dace who's in charge, or is it someone else?
Dace is one of the people in charge. There are multiple noble houses.
But I got told to talk to someone who's against the golems because they want to be shifty. I can't remember who it was.
Okay, the 4 noble houses here are Haramont, Ivo, Dace, and Bronca. The one that's kind of not, I guess, out of those 4 noble houses, it would be Ivo. That would be the one that would be the least likely to use the golems.
Yeah, I think it might have been Ivo.
Oh. I have an interjection of a thought that I'm just remembering. That Morning Star's done, isn't it?
Yes, it's done by now.
All right. Was there any additional special property for it being made of that other metal, high-quality metal, or is it just normal? But with the rune slots?
Rune slot with the high-quality metal, you said?
Yeah, or whatever dwarven metal you were talking about before.
Yeah, that would give it a +1 to attack and +1 to damage.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add +1 to it, and it has the paralysis, which is great.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to add +1 to +1. Very nice.
Was it Red Lion that we killed? The Red Lion pelt cape that I was going to have made?
I think that's done by the time you get back, isn't it?
Yeah.
I say that again. I didn't hear you.
I think was it the Red Lion that we killed? Or was it something else? A lion. Can't remember the name of it.
Oh, the Red Lion. Yeah. What about it?
I had the cape being made.
Oh, yeah. Excuse me. That's done too.